What is up, guys? Going back to the video. In today's video, man, I'm sorry for the lack of content recently. I've just been going through a lot of stuff, IRL, just working and with the vacation, having some pain in my teeth. It's caused me basically not to be able to play a whole lot. I've also been playing some other servers, other games, as well as getting a new internet service today. I just hooked up Starlink today, so I'm testing out the new internet. It's cheaper than my current internet that I had, but it is a little bit less in speeds, about basically half the speeds that I was getting before. So it is a pretty huge chunk of speed that I'm losing. But I'm hoping it's good quality. But I wanted to get this out, just kind of go over my account so far. And then once we get closer to season reloaded, hopefully the next couple of weeks I'll be pumping out more content. My hours have shifted, so I'm working a lot more now than I was previously as well. So just a lot of things have been happening all in rapid succession of each other that I haven't had time to make content. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. So probably the biggest thing is we are up to 30 match prestige weapons, which is pretty huge. So we have all the ARs, all the SMGs match prestige. We have all but one shotgun, which is the new shotgun we still have to do yet for match prestige. All the LMGs match prestige. Still need two marksmans. Still need two sniper rifles. All pistols are done. Launchers just need one. The specials, I need both those match prestige yet. And then I believe melee. I think I have two melee. Yeah, two melee done. Two more to go. So yeah, very cool. I've been having a lot of fun with the new guns. I'm loving the new AR in for Warzone and multiplayer. Loving the new shotgun and zombies. It's very fun. The new AR is still glitched. I still cannot earn infestation on it. Same with all the other DLC guns, as far as I'm aware of. All the other Season 2 weapons are all still glitched, so that's really unfortunate there. But, you know, it is what it is. Some other big things. We are now level 467, which is pretty cool. We're almost done the road to 1,000. We're almost halfway done, which is really nice. And we're having another WXP weekend this weekend, so I'm really hoping my Wi-Fi, the Starlink Wi-Fi, gets adjusted, because it takes a couple days for Starlink to kind of lock in with the satellites above me. So hopefully it locks in before this weekend, because I would like to get some game time in, maybe hit 500 this weekend. That's kind of the goal, the last 40 levels done. Hit level 500. If I hit 500 this weekend, that'd be huge. If I can try to hit about 100 levels every WXP weekend, so whatever number I'm at, if I can get to the next 100 moment, I think that would be really crucial into getting level 1,000 quickly. That's kind of my goals for WXP weekends, is try to get to the next level 100 section. So for example, like last weekend we hit 400. We actually hit, I think, 430, 440 by the end of the WXP weekend, but nonetheless, trying to hit that next 100 marker is kind of the biggest thing. Some stats of overview. Nothing much has changed in the stats for casual BR, which is Resurgence, which is what I'm playing mostly. But we're up to almost 450 wins. Still about 8.6 KD, so still pretty solid KD wise. I think that this KD will be lasting for quite a while, because our kills compared to deaths are just so monumentous that it's like, it is what it is. Let's see what else. Oh, we finished the Battle Pass. Battle Pass is officially done. That's pretty cool. We've also completed the event, the directive event. So if we go to my weapon camos right here, and we go over to Universal, you can see here that we have Incontendence. Fire camo, probably one of my top 10 favorites in this game, behind the Masteries and the Grand Mastery camos, which is like the Nexus Rising camo and the level 1000 camo. But this is definitely up there, and I will probably be running this on all future guns going forward. I definitely think this is by far the best event camo they've released so far, but that's just my opinion on it. We have two new weekly camos that I think are pretty mid. This one's pretty cool, but again, they're doing all this black shit. I really just hate black shit, dude. I really do. Like, I don't think black stuff in games looks good. Mainly because there's no point in grinding for something that's black, okay? And this goes for any solid non-bright camo either. It's not just black camo. Like, it's for things like gray, even white, brown, black, fucking dark blue. Any dark color is just not worth it, in my opinion. These camos need to be bright. They need to be showcaseable, right? I need people to see these camos and know that I went through something to get them, and they're worth getting. And I think that the fireness of this camo, the fire part of this camo, is fantastic. And you can do black camos with color, and I think you can do it well. And for example, when we go to other camos, the thermal breach camo that you get for 25 kills in 3 times, with each one being a win in the gauntlet mode for Warzone, I think that is a good camo, right? It's a good balance between it, because it's not trying to be flashy, but it's also not trying to be dark. It's kind of just in that middle zone. So yeah, if you're not going to do this with these camos, you need to just make them bright. Sure, like do what Infinity Ward did and Sledgehammer did with Modern Warfare 2 and 3. But the good games that they were, and follow their footsteps, because that's what we want to see. We want to see flashy camos. I want to see camos cover the whole gun. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care about realism. Realism is not fun. When people realize that realism is not fun, people will enjoy these games a lot more, I think. The 50 wins and 25 win streak camos are all right looking. Nothing crazy there. But that's kind of the big things. We played a lot of MP for this event. So let's go hop over to MP real quick and show you guys some of the stats over there, because your boy played quite a bit. Especially endgame. Played a lot of endgame too. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this so much. If you guys want to see me go for Genesis camo, let me know down below. Get a couple likes in this video, got a couple comments in this video. I'll go for Genesis camo. Because I had quite a bit of fun over on Endgame, not gonna lie. Like, especially just going around killing bots, it was not terrible for the most part. So some stat stuff's changed over here. So we'll go over here to calling cards and look, and you can see here we have a brutal killer. We got a brutal. I was playing with the Maddox for this camo event, and I kind of just went crazy on this excavation event. You can see here, I kind of went crazy, and with the Maddox, and yeah, it was just well, the rest is history, really. So let's go over to the leaderboards real quick and the stats. I mean, highest kill streak is a 25. I really died on 25. I'm kind of sad about that. That was like the perfect match to get a nuclear in it, and I fucking died on a 25. So it is what it is. I'm sure it'll happen again in the future, and maybe in the future I won't die like a bozo on 25 on the 25 kill streak, but we'll have to wait and see. And honestly, when I was doing this grind for this escalation event, I actually had some quite decent lobbies. I had a lot of bad lobbies, don't get me wrong, and the majority of them were bad. But I had a handful of really good lobbies where I was just able to cook a little bit and not go too crazy, but still go crazy enough that I didn't hate my life while playing it. Something that, is very rare for this game, very rare for a Treyarch game, because of how trash usually the Treyarch games are. So, very shouts out to them for this whole little adventure. It was a very fun adventure. I don't think the challenges were all that annoying. It was like 25 kills with this thing, 25 kills with this thing, very simple challenges, and I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. So be that with who you will. As for everything else, there's really nothing else crazy. Here's the new HUD for season 2. I wanted to make a full season 2 showcase. I made it. It just wasn't good quality, and then I just completely forgot. So anyway, this is the new HUD. Pretty sick, I think. Definitely, I don't know what I prefer. Now that I've played with this for quite a while, I don't know which one I prefer. I think this one looks more elegant, but this one definitely pops more. So kind of go with what you will. I think the green one was pretty cool, but kind of cool in a temporary way. Like, I don't know if I'd use this again. It was very fun for a short period of time, but bundles, we have a couple bundles that we bought in, we obviously have the Fallout one from last season, and these two from last season as well. We have the new bundle here for PlayStation Plus, Xbox One Game Pass owners, I think it is for too. And it's basically a bundle, like I think there's 2 bundles that you could purchase back when the game first dropped, but no one bought it, so they decided to give us these items for free, which is kind of crazy because the people that bought it kind of got fucked, really, if you think about it. And then I bought the Valentine's one with Karma. I think this is a really good skin for Karma. Do I think it could have been a little more flashy and kind of been more feministic? but I wanted to support Karma getting a skin because Karma's not gotten any skins. This is her first skin. So I really wanted to support Karma getting a skin because I think she's one of the best looking characters design-wise in the game, besides probably Emma and probably Mason. I would say, and probably the new girl too. The new character, she's really good too. And what I mean by feministic is just being more womanized, right? Because like the thing with these characters, and this is why I think I get so frustrated with different types of characters in COD, is they don't really fit their design, right? So like a male can pull off a heavy-duty militaristic futuristic kit much better than a woman can in a lot of COD games, right? You just look back at Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 2 had the same issue, right? Any game that makes their women overly mil-simmy, they just don't look right, in my personal opinion. I'd rather have, like, this character, she has a lot less gear on her. She's more of just kind of like that, DC Marvel-esque type of outfit where it has a little bit of military gadgets on it that you can tell that she's a military, but she's still got that woman side of her that still wants to look good and have that fashionable design, the more sleek design. And I think that's kind of the route they should go towards. Even like this character with the way she's wearing like bracelets and that on her right arm, or left arm, I think it is. I think because we're flipped. Just seems more like a thing that a woman operative would do, right? It's something more of on that lines that I think is a really good touch and going forward. And I think that these women characters can be a little more aggressive with the bright colors, different types of colors, maybe more vibrant outfits, something that glows maybe, or something shines, stuff on that lines of making them more flashy. And this can either be one or two things. Like, some people argue that they need to show more skin or show less skin. That doesn't really bother me for the most part. But I just don't like a woman wearing a plate carrier just doesn't look like a decent skin to me. It looks chunky. It looks just out of place. Because plate carriers are very flat, and so obviously these women characters, if they look good with a plate carrier, they usually have no chest, which is just not realistic at all. Because at that point, you just make a man character at that point. And you go back to Modern Warfare 3, you see this a lot. Modern Warfare 3 had a lot of women characters in that game that were very well designed. And they had military skins as well that were more mil-simmy skins, but they also were better designed. So maybe going forward, I think Carmen and Emma Kagan need to just get more cooler skins. Same problem with Emma Kagan that I wanted to point out as well. So if we go to Emma Kagan and we look at her skins, wherever Emma is. Emma, where you at, Emma? There she is. We go to her skins. First off, she has so many fucking skins. Like, they love Emma Kagan right now. Now, I'm not totally aware. This could be a symptom of the fact that this actress who portrays this character does not want her character to be overly womanized, because that is a possibility. But if you take notice, a lot of her characters are very concealed. Like characters like this, I just don't think this makes her character look good. I think it's just too much clutter that this doesn't make logical sense. But it's much better than her some of these other blueprints that we got. Like this one right here is kind of just mid. Especially this one needs to be an endgame strike, guild strike, which is kind of crazy. This character skin is a perfect example of what I mean. You don't need to show a whole lot of skin. You don't need to make it super militaristic. You can just make it very simple, flashy. This has like the glass shards shining off her with the red and black skin. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Very simplistic type of stuff that you can make look good. Like, imagine if they just had a bunch of these style outfits that showed you a little more of, like, maybe she had like a short sleeve one with like maybe that's red and green or something. Like, there's so many different ways they could do this. But I really hope the trailer kind of leans into. Especially since they're not going kind of crazy like Modern Warfare 3 did. Modern Warfare 3 has some really crazy skins. If you're going more mil-simmy, I'd rather have this style of mil-simmy than this style of mil-simmy or this style of mil-simmy. Because believe it or not, I think camo is pretty cringe in video games. Unless you're playing a game where camo actually matters, like you're playing Arma or even Hell Let Loose, where camos and patterns matter in whether or not you survive or die a gunfight. But this is Call of Duty. It doesn't matter about what you're wearing. It matters about your skill level. So That's just my take on it. Even our default skin's really good. Like, it's very, very simple. You can tell it's the same exact design as they had for this one. It's just a different color. So that's just my output on it. Another good example of this, I'm sorry I'm kind of a tangent on this, but I just want to make a point so that people understand where I'm coming from, is look at the new character. This new character is pretty good. Like for example, like this is gross. This is awful. Like, this is exactly my point of why it doesn't look good when you just plop a bunch of military gear on. It just doesn't fit. Like what is this headdress? What is that? Okay, what is that? It's gross. This character skin, phenomenal. Peak. All right, this is the type of shit I like to see. I'm a huge fan of capes and trench coats. I think that's a cool art style design, and I think this is a fantastic skin. This character, again, fantastic. This is, like you say, the same one, but black cell. Now, I would make one change, I get rid of the ski mask. I think ski masks in culture are just fucking cringe. Like, people that run around the street saying they good, they Bloods and Crips and stuff with their little ski mask, or their special forces with their ski masks. Just cringe, bro. You're cringe. Take that shit off, dog. You're cringe. Get rid of the face mask, bro. Can we not have any more face masks? I don't want to see skull masks. I don't want to see ghost masks. I don't want to see black ski masks. I don't want to see fucking animal masks on characters. Just get rid of masks, dude. Masks are cringe. I'd rather see the passion from the art designers for faces. I'd rather see that, right? I mean, you're not going to see the faces anyway in game, but at least in the menus, I'd rather see someone who's an art designer who put passion into, like, the eyes and the noses, and the way the face is designed, the hair, because that stuff takes a lot longer than someone just tossing a fucking black ski mask over their head. I think that was just a really cheap artistic route that they kind of went. And then obviously the actual black cell. Again, coming down to the fact there's too much military gear. If they wanted to go this route, I would really have wished black cell was more obvious, like the arms glowed or were bright gold and black. But they're just, it's too tame, it's too weak, in my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. Some of the men have the same issues. Like Mason has the same exact issues right now, where it's just kind of shit designs. So let's kind of go over some of the Mason skins so that I'm kind of not being, 100% towards women. I know someone's going to take it the wrong way. Same thing with Mason. A lot of these designs are very poor. This is a decent Mason skin. I like this. It's more simpler, but still colorful. Like, this is just not colorful. It's just kind of bland. Echo Veil, probably one of the better skins because it's fitting a vibe. It's fitting that, like, SEAL Team 6 blacked out, like, Special Forces vibe. Grounded, trash. Dweller seems really weak, in my opinion. It was a cool skin, but, like, if you're going to play any of the fall skins, get the actual Lucy or Ghoul variant of the skins. So that's my look on it. Trying to find one that's actually a decent skin, but there's really not any that are decent. Fear, I do like this skin. I think this is actually a pretty cool skin for Mason. I haven't done that one yet, but again, very weak. But then we go to, say, let's see here, who has some really good ones? Someone in here has some really good ones. I'm trying to remember who it is. Maybe it's Dorado. Dorado has these. These are the Monster Energy promotion ones. These are really cool. I like these style of skins. This is what I mean. Like, you can go crazy without being crazy. Obviously, the Master Prestige camo. The Master Prestige character is pretty cool. It's probably one of the more crazier skins in the game, which I appreciate. The Fear version of this guy, really good. This one's kind of weak, and kind of ugly weak. So, you can kind of see where I'm going at with these designs, where they can be a little more flashy, but be flashy in a good way. Obviously, if you go and you have, like, a Modern 3 skins, not these skins at the park, it's not even close. But even Modern 3 kind of went crazy in some places, and then went a little too crazy sometimes, with obviously the cell-shaded stuff. And then BO6 really went hard with the cell-shaded stuff. So I think staying away from cell shade is the big thing. I think the rest of the craziness is fine. Like, if you want to have an animal or whatever in the game, I don't think that's a big deal. Because at the end of the day, you just don't need to run it. You know what I mean? You just don't need to run it. So that's my skin rant. Now that that's over. Sorry about that. I had to get that off my chest. For this weekly rewards, we have the dual wield SMGs, or dual LMGs, sorry. And then we have, last week was the new launcher, which they put in a special category. I'm not too sure why they did, because it's basically just a grenade launcher. But that's those two. I think this week coming up is, I don't know what this week's coming up is actually. I think it's an optic from Advanced Warfare, I think, but I could be wrong there. We also have a weekend starting here in a day and 19 hours, so it'll be coming up here on Thursday or Friday. So that's pretty cool. As far as I'm aware of, zombies, my zombie calling card is still glitched. I tried it a little while ago, and it was still glitched when I last tried it, so that's kind of unfortunate. We're still stuck at 99% for zombies. But while we're talking about zombies, let's hop over there and show you guys my stats. Oh, and rank plays out for Warzone and multiplayer for as well, as if anyone didn't know that. I'm sure if you guys play this game at all, you're aware of that by now. But yeah, so these are my zombie stats. We're sitting at 318k kills. Pretty good. Not too bad. And then we have 6 days played, so pretty high amount of days played. And we are sitting at 100% infestation on all guns, except for the new DLC guns, being the SMG, Special, Shotgun, AR, and SAW. Those are all sitting at Bloodstone, except for the AR. The AR is sitting at Infestation. I just can't use Infestation. So, kind of annoying there, but it is what it is at this point. Let's see here. Anything else to show you guys that's important? I don't think there is, guys. I think that's about covers it. Augments. This is actually something I forgot about. Augments. I'm completely done with augments, boys. Finally done with all the augments in the game. So nice to be finally done with all these augments. I'll probably have a video going over every augment that I'm using. But you guys can obviously pause this video if you want to look at my augments that I'm running. Majority of these augments are the best augment options in the game. Juggernaut I'm messing with because Juggernaut has a couple different ways you can run it, and I haven't really found my peak build with it, but it's nonetheless, they're all done, so that's kind of nice. I don't have to worry about grinding augments anymore, at least until the new perk comes out, which I believe is going to be Widow's Wine, which is pretty cool. So that's kind of interesting, if that's something you care about, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, sorry about the late uploads and not really having any uploads at all. I am working on getting better at uploading again. I just, like I said, just had so much going on. And this game has been pretty stale. A lot of the stuff I'm doing on this game really just requires me to become brain rotted and kind of just play really shitty and close my eyes and dream of rainbows. So it's not really the best for content. And then I'm playing some other games over on my system that are just I'm not uploading, like Hella Loose and Arma and stuff. So maybe I'll upload some of that stuff, but those games are always hard to upload, and I always have a rough time finding ways to record them and actually uploading them in a meaningful way. So once I figure that out, you'll see those on the channel. But again, yeah, if you want to see me go for Genesis camo, let me know down below. I really don't want to, but if you guys want me to, I would totally go for Genesis. And then obviously the only camo after that would be multiplayer. So who knows? And yeah, love you guys. You're awesome, one of a kind, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.